My name is Andrei, I'm CTO at Flowpoint, and today I'm going to show you how you can use Flowpoint to improve your own conversion rates at your website. For this demo, I'm going to showcase a simple flow we have on our own landing page, which is flowpoint.ai, and I'm going to show you how we can use Flowpoint to improve the conversion rates on this particular flow. What you can see on the screen right now is our own landing page, and there is a couple of flows which we are monitoring, and we keep working to improve the conversion rates from the landing page. Obviously, we want people to sign up from the landing page, which is a simple flow. It's people going to the landing page, and then they have to click on the start your free trial button, and then they go to a register flow. But a much more simple and important flow which we have on the landing page is people checking our resources before they sign up, so they gain a bit of trust into how Flowpoint works. And this flow is hidden by this button right here, which is called resources. So the flow is people have to come to the home page, then they have to click on this button which is called resources, and then they have to click on one of the buttons right here, which is documentation or a blog or product update or frequently asked questions. And each one of the buttons will redirect people to another page. If I go to the Flowpoint dashboard, we can see right here configured this particular flow I've just detailed, people checking our resources. So what you can see on the big squares in the center is the required steps of a flow that users have to go step by step for us to consider the flow being finished. So also what I'm showcasing in this demo is sample data we have collected in June, and I have also fully anonymized it so I can show it in the video. So as you can see, we have around 13K people from the sample size data. We have around 13K people which arrived at the homepage. Afterwards, it's around 400 people that clicked on the resources button, and it took them an average of 57 seconds to do so. And afterwards, we can see that there's around 95 people that clicked on the documentation button, around 18 people clicked on the frequently asked questions button, and around 18 of them clicked on product update, and 15 clicked on the blog button. And it took them an average of between 10 and 15 seconds for each one of those four to be clicked on. We can also view how people behaved between each two steps of a flow. So for example, between the home page and the resources, around 5.2K people lost their focus. Around 185 of them rage clicked on some elements of the page. Around 483 manually reloaded the page before clicking on resources, and so on. If I expand the list, we can see other technical problems they encountered or just behavioral problems that were impactful in them converting further. We can also view for each particular error, you can also view where they navigated further. So let's say I want to see after they arrive on the home page, if they encounter the problem, how likely they are to go to the auth login page. I can just click on it and I can see which of the patterns that we have detected are leading people to the login page instead of the resources. We can see this as well between the resources and the documentation button as well. We can view all of the patterns we have detected which might impact conversion rates. Okay. If I want to deep dive into any of these labeled sessions, I can do so by clicking on the people icon. So let's say that I want to see all of the 95 sessions that finish the flow by clicking on the documentation button. By clicking this button right here, I will be forwarded to a new tab where I can see all of the 95 sessions, and I can expand each one of them to view more details about each session. Let's say I want to see this session right here. I can just expand it, and by going down I can see all of the actions that the user took before and after he completed the flow. I'm not gonna deep dive too much into this. You can pause the video at any point if you want to have a look into what kind of session events we are collecting at this moment. But yeah, you can view sessions which reached any step of the flow. Let's say I want to see all of these 13 people that rage clicked after they clicked on the resources button. After clicking on it, I will see 13 sessions. Yeah, again, this is anonymized data, but I can see all of the 13 sessions that rage clicked after they reached that point of the flow, and I can by scrolling down I can also view what they rage clicked on, when they did so, and other details as well. By going back, uh, I have this blue button on the left which is called Flow Audit, and by clicking on it I can view a couple of recommendations which are automated, and they aim to improve conversion rates for this particular flow based on how people behaved on the website, the website's industry, and some of the technical challenges that they encountered when they were trying to convert on the flow. Again, each of the recommendations has an estimation onto the right of it, because like if many people encounter the problem but they still convert it further, we will not recommend you to fix that particular problem. We only recommend fixing problems which actually impact your conversion rates based on how people convert. For this demo, I'm gonna expand some of them. Let's say I want to see this error right here. It's a simple technical error. When I click on the recommendation, the problem that it's trying to fix gets highlighted. And you can see more details about recommendation here as well. The AI thinks that by fixing it, the conversion rates will be improved by around 0.4%. And you can view the client-side JavaScript error right here as well. Again, if I go down the line, I might be able to find there we can see a couple of other UI and UX recommendations as well. If I click on it, it's trying to fix the problem that some people are losing their focus between the home page and the resources button. And you can see that the recommendation is to change the color on some element of the website. You can read it more about the recommendation by pausing the video, but yeah. And if I go down, here we can see some content recommendations. And if I click on it, what it says is that not many people are clicking on the frequently asked questions button, even though many people reach the step before it. And the recommendation is to try to change some of the wording on the button. And this is personalized as well for the website. So the AI understood what the landing page is trying to present, and it's trying to suggest another wording for the frequently asked questions button, which is hidden away by the resources. And you can see the recommendations right here. Okay, we can go to this flows tab, and if I click on the all time button, in this month we'll see no data because all of the data collected for this demo is from June. But if I click on the all time button, we can see some other sample flows that I have configured on the account. I'm not gonna deep dive into them. It's just separate other flows, and each flows has its own recommendations tab. It has their own patterns which are detected and so on. You can configure as many flows on Flowpoint as you want. Like usually the more the better. Creating a flow is pretty straightforward. You go to the add flow menu, and here you just define the required flow steps for a flow. So you can monitor people navigating a website path, and depending on how you want to monitor your website, you can select many options from here. Like you can select static website paths or regexes as well, or URLs which start with specific wording as well. You can monitor people clicking on specific elements, and you can monitor like them clicking on some specific buttons or website links or pages as well. And you can also monitor custom events. Like you can send as many custom events as you want. We are for this particular demo account, we have monitored people clicking on specific form elements. And on the audit tab, you can see all of the recommendations from all of the flows that you have on the dashboard, gathered in a single page. And you can see we are doing performance and speed recommendations, UI and UX recommendations, and also content recommendations. And by opening the tab, you can just see the recommendations all in the same spot. You can see the details of it, of the website error. You can see the estimations of the conversion improvements, the flow it's trying to fix, and by clicking on the Explore button, you will be redirected on the flow that it's trying to fix. And this is it, basically in a nutshell. Thank you for your time.